Once upon a time, there were some animals in Africa, in a big jungle like a forest, and they had a king. It was a lion. He was the Lion King. He was a big, yellow, almost white American, African, tiger, lion, liger, monster king, and he ruled with justice and peace and an American way, even though he wasn't American at all, and he was good at what he did, and he talked well like Obama, but better with the policies and what he actually did, and he ruled the nation and the countries, and then the people trembled with fear and they bowed down, and at the beginning of the movie, you see him with his son, and his son's a baby, and he holds his baby up like Michael Jackson did over the balcony, except it's just over a mountain, over a cliff, and yet no tabloids went after the Lion King, because it was the Lion King and not Michael Jackson like Michael Jackson did it. Oh man, everybody went crazy, and the animals, everybody from Noah's Ark came out, everybody from all the zoos too, from the San Diego Zoo and all the other zoos that came in, and they said, "Oh man, hail to the king, hail to the Game of Thrones. Oh, it's so wonderful, it's so great," and they're so happy, and they're really, really happy to see the new king, and that one day, this little baby boy is gonna be a king when he's old, and not like a young Jeffrey King for the Game of Thrones, and because then we don't have to worry about poisoning him later in the series, and that'd be really messy too, and yet, something always goes wrong. There's an evil brother, and he's black, and he's evil. He's like Waluigi from the Mario and Luigi brothers of Nintendo. Man, you always have an evil stepbrother or a stepmother or some kind of bad mole, like a holy moly for the Austin Powers. Like there's always something wrong going on, and it's a great story because you see all these wonderful animals that are really cute, and you just can't wait to be king. Nobody tell me you can't do this. Nobody tell me you can't do that. But I just can't wait to be king. I just like being a king of New York. Man, like a newsies from the 1900s in New York City of the USA. Look at me, I'm the king of New York. Suddenly, unexpectedly, I became the king. Holy cow. Except now it's not just holy cows, it's holy lions and tigers and bears. But, the Goldilocks and the three little bears, they don't really know what happened because they were too far away from this disaster that was about to happen. One day, the father and the son, they're going out for a picnic, and like, oh, just a wonderful picnic that people usually like to go on, and the father says to the son, "Hey, one of these days you're going to be the king, just like me. I'm the Lion King, I'm your father, and you do what I say as long as you're under my roof, and one of these days you're gonna get the kingdom as far as the eye can see, and everything you can see is like eye candy, because it's really good, and it's really great, but don't go into the dark area, because you might run into the Borg, or Mormons, or Buddhist people, or Muslim, or leprechauns. You might run into leprechauns, or you might run into my evil stepbrother, who I don't want you to see." And one day, there was a horrible stampede, and all these animals, they were like going north for the winter or south for the winter, because it was like winter, even though it was in Africa. There's no seasons, just one season, hot, not even raining. Maybe it does rain, but only like, I don't know if it actually rains in the Lion King, but it's like they're running away. I don't know, who do they think they are? Butterflies or birds? Butterfly in the sky, gonna go twice as high. Just take a look, it's in a book. And in a movie called Lion King, reading rainbow, reading rainbow. But it's so sad because I'm about to cry because you know what's gonna happen next. And the evil brother, man, he comes and he steps. And first he was like, "I'm gonna help you, brother," but he's like, "Oh, just kidding." And he steps on the paws of the father Lion King and he falls into the crowd, and the crowd goes wild, except the crowd is actually a bunch of animals that just like kills him because they're in a hurry, and it's like a bunch of zombies from The Walking Dead, and they just kill him, and he becomes one with the universe, and nobody can help, and oh man, the son, the baby, is so terrified and so sad, and he runs away and he meets Akuma Matata people. He met Akuma Matata people, and he does Puma and Sinbad. Who was the other person? I don't know, but and they don't know who he is exactly, but maybe he tells them later. But he's like, I'm running away, but they don't really care, and they say, Akuma Matata, what a wonderful phrase. Akuma Matata ain't no fancy phrase. It means no worries for the rest of my day. It's my problem-free philosophy, Akuma Matata. And he's like, man, I just can't wait to be king. Maybe I need to go back. And he falls in love with a beautiful girl, lion. Not a girl, but a lion girl, which is almost the same thing because they're cartoons like Aladdin. And for some reason, they come back and they fight the evil Bat King and his hyenas who can trick people because they can imitate voices. Oh boy. And he saves the day, and he has a princess just like Aladdin who could show the whole new world to people. I can show you the world. Shiny, Timberlane, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last realize that they're both Disney movies? They're both Disney movies. Aladdin and Newsies. And now Lion King. The Lion King. Which I remember seeing it with my mother. My mother took me to go see it from like my 9th birthday in about 1994. And I was 9 years old. I was born in 1985 in America. Now I'm in Vietnam teaching English. And oh, buddy, I have to tell you because it's so important. Just like, oh, I will always stay in your heart if I die. And that's what the Lion King said to his son. Like he showed up in the sky. Like, oh, hey, I'm still here in your heart, and you'll never forget me. You'll never forget me. You can live on, and you can rule like a powerful king, like I was. Learn the lessons, learn from the mistakes, and move on, and inspire the world, because you are a lion, and you're just an animal. So you and me, hey, we're nothing but mammals. So let's do it like they do it on the Discovery Channel. You and me, hun, we're nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do it on the Discovery Channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really like The Lion King, mostly for the music. The songs are really, really inspiring, and it's also like the story is really interesting. The characters are really interesting, and so you should see it because it's gonna make your heart feel so warm inside, and then it's gonna make you throw up at the end. Just kidding. And then actually just in the middle when the father dies. So if you haven't seen The Lion King, then spoiler, I already spoiled you. I'm sorry, you're ruined. Oh well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Just do what you can. Just do what you can. Try to be the people that you are. Because we all live in a story. We live in a story. We all live in a story called life. And we all can contribute to it somehow. We might be like a king, and one of these days we're going to become a king because we're just a baby right now. And somebody's going to kill our father, but that's okay because we just go into the desert and come back big and strong and handsome, and we can kill the bad king and get back to our destiny and stuff. And maybe that's who we are. We're gonna grow up to become great people, or if you're already old, then I guess maybe you're bad or something. You lost your opportunity, or you might be like the Kumanakata people, Kumanakata people, and you don't have to worry because you live a nice life, and you're not gonna become great and powerful and work for like on TV or for like become a king or a president or something like Obama or something, but who cares? Because maybe your brain is really small, like the size of a peanut, but that's okay. And you can just live a happy, simple life. And some people are called to live a simple life. And if that's you, more power for you. And take care. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.